What's going on, everybody? Got a lot of ground to cover. Great to see everyone here. I hope you all are having a good day today. We're going a little bit earlier than I normally go today. Hell of a story. Have you guys been following the Random Patriot and what's been going on with his recent arrest? Put a one in the chat if you've heard about it. Put it two if you've not. I want to see how many people haven't heard about this. His video should have about 250,000 views easy, and I'm not seeing that happen. And it's probably because the algorithm doesn't always like when police officers don't look like heroes. So I'm going to do my best today to continue to make cops not feel like heroes, but I don't have to do much on my own because I brought a friend with me today, the Random Patriot. What's up, bro?
Surprise! What's up, man?
Hey, thanks for coming on, man. Great to have you. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I appreciate it, dude. I do.
Yeah, so you've been killing it out there. Did you think when you got involved in this video that you were going to wind up being arrested also?
It's pretty funny because I was there with Pivo Media, and I said like 3 times that day, I'm not doing anything. I'm just here hanging with my buddy. I'm going to do the story with him. I'm definitely not getting arrested. I got plans later. And I was like, well, let me just bring my sign just in case I do want to do something. And then I do, and I go to jail. So I did not plan on it. No.
And is that Ron Burgundy's mustache we see behind you?
Hell yeah, it is.
You stay classy, Santiago.
I'm staying classy. I'm reporting the news for America.
So what I want to do, folks, I want to jump into this video. Random Patriot's going to interrupt us so that way we can point out things that you may not have already known, some new information that's come to light since this illegal arrest has taken place. And I feel bad, actually I don't, for this cop because what he did is he played a game, okay? It's a classic American game, and it's called Fuck Around and Find Out. This cop fucked around. He found out. He played a stupid game. He won a stupid prize. And now he is viral for all the wrong reasons. I don't like constables because whether you're in Texas, Arkansas, wherever you're at, it's like cops only worse. You know, there's no, first of all, it's not hard to be a cop. I mean, if you have 2 brain cells together and you can, bang your dog, you can be a cop. They require less to be a constable. So if you haven't checked out the Random Patriot, please check him out. Subscribe to his channel. If you notice, pinned to the top of the chat is the Random Patriot's PayPal, paypal.me/the Random Patriot. He is dealing with an attorney. That's all I'm going to say as far as the legalese goes. These cops will be held accountable, but that costs time and time costs money. And he didn't ask anything of you guys when he went to go do this. I'm asking you to help him out if you could. Also, we have a chat goal set today where if we reach it, I'm going to fly out and I'm going to go out there with the Random Patriot. I'm going to bring some high profile friends of mine, and we're going to do the exact same thing he did and see if they're willing to play the same stupid game to win another stupid prize. So Random Patriot, set us up. So someone else was arrested.
I would love to see that, by the way. Yeah, I would love for you guys to come down here. But so without getting too much into the weeds, there's one person that he wasn't arrested, and he wants to remain anonymous at this time, but just a couple days before I was arrested, or maybe a week. So the guy that arrested me, he's off duty with his wife, and he's driving stupid, and so somebody flips him off. So the guy that arrested me with his wife, he follows the guy home that flipped him off duty, follows him out of city limits, out of his jurisdiction, even if he was on duty, and pins him in his driveway until his buddy gets there with a ticket book so he can write him up for disorderly conduct. So he has court the same day I do. I'm going to leave it anonymous other than that. A couple days after that, a man named Cody and his brother are driving down the road. They flip this guy off because everyone hates this guy in town, by the way. Like everybody. So they flip him off. So the guy, Captain Lillard, by the way, that's his name, he does a Yui. He pulls around and pulls them over. Now, his tags, Cody's tags were expired by like 1 week. It's December. They expired in November. And this was like December 5th. So he pulls him over for expired tags. He writes him for that, along with no insurance and no registration. Even though he has insurance and registration, he wrote him for all three. So after the traffic stop, they go up to the city hall to make a Freedom of Information Act request regarding the stop. And while they're in there, Captain Lillard is also in there, and he's getting in their face, wanting them to leave. He goes over to Cody, who's actually sitting in a chair because it's his brother who's trying to get the request. Gets in Cody's face while he's sitting there not doing anything. Says, if you don't have business here, you need to leave, because if you're just with your brother, then that's not business here, so you need to leave. So as Cody's leaving, the cop's following him out. His belly is touching him. That's how close they are as he's getting let out. And Cody says, get the fuck off of me. Well, now Cody goes to jail for disorderly conduct. So I hear about this story, and actually I hear about it through my buddy. 50 Media is the name of his channel. So I'm with 50 Media to go down there to go just do a Freedom of Information Act request ourselves, see if we can get some body cams. And this happens. This is what happens when I go down there. And like I said, I was just planning on making some requests, and out of a whim, I decided to bring my sign with me. If you watch my channel, you know what my sign is. It says, I change it up, but this one says F the Dover Marshals. And that sign definitely provoked me getting arrested again. But
so I'm gonna pull up their page, the Dover Marshal's office. Hold on here. Now, folks, please understand that these are brave heroes. Okay, these are not people that walk lightly in the night. They hold the enormous and immense weight of assaulting citizens for no reason. Now, let me tell you, they violated about 4 of his constitutional rights and committed about 2 felonies in less than 60 seconds. I praise them for that. It normally, in my experience, takes cops at least 3 minutes to do that. They're fantastic multitaskers. This is the Dover Marshal's office. Well, that's the Dover Police Department. Where's the Marshal's office? Here it is, the Dover Marshal's office in Dover, Arkansas. This is, oh, look, there's his picture. They're excited to announce, oh my God, they're excited to announce Captain Lillard. That's his picture right there. They're doing a big Facebook post about how happy they are that he now works for the Marshal's office. We're excited to announce the promotion of Detective Sergeant Colin Lillard to Captain. Oh, let's pull this up on the screen. This is beautiful.
And he's Captain now. And I've done some extensive research on him, and this is the longest job he's had. He typically doesn't keep a job for more than a year before he gets passed around to another department. He's worked for probably 10 different departments in 10 years. And now
he looks like one. He looks like a jumper.
Yeah.
We're excited to announce the. Go ahead. Sorry.
I want to say the last department he worked for, his resignation letter is dated the same day he resigned. It looks like he was made to resign. There was no notice. What else was on there? And his reason for leaving was to find a different career path. But then he goes and works as a cop again. So I think he was forced to resign where he worked before. And I have heard stories through the grapevine of why that is, but I don't want to say anything because I don't know if it's exactly true. But definitely, he's definitely a jumper. Yeah.
Let's read it. We're excited to announce the promotion of Detective Sergeant Colin Lillard to Captain within the Dover Marshal's office. Captain Lillard embarked on his law enforcement journey in 1996 as a patrolman with the Harrison Police Department, where he was promoted to detective in 2000, and later to the HPD Narcotics Division, where he was attached to the 14th JDTF, which is a Joint Drug Task Force. Looks like Captain Lillard served 5 years as an investigator with the Boone County Sheriff's Department before moving to the River Valley, where he worked in patrol at the Pope County Sheriff's Department before arriving at Dover Marshal's office in 2021. And here's how stupid cops are. When you're hiring a police officer, that has a history of jumping from department to department, you don't normally put that as part of the celebration announcement. Like, we're so happy to have this guy. And he has so much experience. He's been with so many departments. And how can he do that in such a short career span? Because he's a fantastic multitasker. He's able to beat at least one person in each department that he goes to, allegedly. So this is the Dover Marshal's office in Arkansas, who they're so excited to share their abuser with you, the public, and good on them, because I know they like to brag. Let's jump into the video. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the Random Patriot. We have about 800 people in here now. So what I would like to do is remind folks, like I did when we came in, pinned to the top of your chat, you're going to see a PayPal link. It's the Random Patriots PayPal link. Believe it or not, he's only made $100 in donations. He's fighting this fight. He's helping other people. On top of that, he's paying for this out of his pocket. $100 is not sufficient. Thank you to those who have donated. But at the AFA family, I know you guys. I know how hard you hit. We can make a difference. Even if, just each of you reach in your wallet and send $2, this guy's covered at least for the very near future, and probably not much past that. Also, check out the chats, right? If we can raise 500 in super chats, I'm getting on a plane and I'm going to go fly out there with some unnamed friends. And we're going to go make sure we can raise some cane and bring about some accountability.
That'd be sick, man.
So let's jump into the video. If you haven't seen it, pay close attention. The most interesting part to me is what happens at the end. And I think this is the coup de grace in his lawsuit. Police officer comes out after he arrests the Random Patriot and see, I told you guys not to mess with me. His qualified immunity is non-existent in this case. Let's check out the video.
Captain Lillard wants to double down. He arrests a guy for saying the F word. He says inside the city hall, so he arrests him. Apparently, he's never heard of Cohen versus California. He then sees the guy a week later, and he flips the cop off. He flips off the captain, and Captain Lillard says, "You better quit using that middle finger in public. You're about to go to jail again." This was today, actually. So here we are. Let's see if he wants to take me to jail.
Hey, thanks, Darren.
Hey, want to say, I know a lot of people in the chat are saying that they're from this area. If you want to go to Dover, say the word fuck and send me the video, I'll make a huge ass compilation. I'll rent a video billboard and I'll make that like we salute Dover Marshals and just get as many citizens I can saying fuck to them.
That'd be so awesome. Wheels up, Wild Journey Nation.
Meet Dover Marshal Captain Colin Lillard. This is the third time this week he has cited someone for cursing in public. And the second time this week he's taken someone to jail over it.
Now, I'm not going to do many interruptions. I'm going to leave the interruptions or the commentary to the Random Patriot. But I would like to celebrate on behalf of Captain Lillard today. I'd like to celebrate by everyone in the chat saying, fuck Captain Colin Lillard of the Dover Marshal's office. They're not going to be happy as this video is airing during business hours. But everyone in the chat, go ahead. Say, fuck Colin Lillard from the Dover Marshal's office.
I'm the second. And the first is this man, Cody Duos. Before we get into my arrest, let's watch what happened to Cody when he was with his brother Dylan, who was attempting to make a records request in the Dover Marshal headquarters and City Hall.
But you didn't ask me. You didn't ask me that. You didn't ask that. It doesn't get it out. I'm telling you, you come back the off of you too. You're not gonna.
I just realized that YouTube is censoring all the F words. So the chat just stalled for like 30 seconds. So you're going to have to write like PHUC or something, guys. I just saw the whole chat stall. It's like 900 people in here. Freeman,
that's hilarious.
Good shit, Freeman. Oh, man. Sorry, guys.
I got cut the person if I place you with a jail. Freedom of speech. You're under arrest. Disorderly conduct.
I'm saying freedom of speech.
Yeah, okay. All right. Yeah, tough on you? All right. Yeah, I said you guys get out.
Oh, now you're telling us to get out.
I'm
publicly. Okay. Videotaping.
I am.
Hey, pause real quick.
Okay, well, we're going to.
So that guy in the cowboy hat that's helping Captain Lillard arrest Cody, that's the chief, by the way. That is Chief Josh Titsworth. And he wants to separate himself from this, but he can't. He helped in the initial arrest.
Hold on. Can you tell me his name one more time?
I swear, bro. Josh Titsworth. His name is Titsworth. It's Chief Titsworth. And he's not worth a Titsworth.
On your arrest, I think you're gonna come away with the Titsworth here. Oh man, I love it.
We're gonna stand back, but this is public property, bud.
It is.
Fuck yeah.
I'm taking your bags, bud.
Cody, how's it feel to be out of jail, boy?
Like a free bird.
Oh yeah, what'd they do to you in there?
It's not a motherfucking thing except for make me some more money.
Explain to these people what the f they did.
Violated my civil rights to freedom of speech. Put me in jail for saying get the f off of me.
It's all on tape. It's coming out.
That's all it takes.
Now, I just want to point out real quick, guys, on a more serious note, the bravery it takes when you just break down what's happened. The Random Patriot knows that a man was just arrested somewhat violently and put in jail for cussing, right? So, you know, it's like history repeats itself. If there's one cop in town and you flip him off and he tases you, and then he does the same thing to every person that flips him off, you have a very healthy understanding that if you do the same thing someone else just did, this cop is going to react the same way. This did not stop him from going in there and holding these guys accountable. So hit his PayPal up, guys. It's in the chat.
Thanks, Josh.
The Dover Marshal.
I asked him if he wanted to keep his job and his pension, and evidently he didn't because he put me in jail for it. So now I'm coming for his job and his pension. He ain't gonna have neither one of them when I get done. And
Guys, we got a challenge going on in the chat here. My wife is downstairs. She's watching. She's got the baby. And she just donated $5. We're going to start off with $5. She just donated $5 to the Random Patriot, but she thinks all you 1,000 people in here, you don't have any balls. I mean, my wife does, but she thinks you guys don't. Now, it's kind of like a cop says, leave or you'll be arrested. And then you're like, oh, I'm not going to leave. I don't know. I told her that you guys definitely have the balls to match her, but she thinks you don't. So I guess we're going to see, because that's just what she says. She could be right. She could be wrong.
And chief of police better hope like hell I don't come for him because he was sitting there the whole time.
Damn it.
I'm here with 50 Media, Mr. Garrett.
Auditing Erie
Working on a
County.
story today in Dover, Arkansas. We got the Dover Marshals here. It's all the same building. We're at the Dover City Hall. The Dover Marshal building is the same building. We're going to go in here.
Thanks, Brian. Banana
Try to
Victor.
talk to the chief or assistant chief and make some FOIA requests. And then we're going to do a little interview with some people that got arrested right here in front of the marshals. And then I have a little surprise for us. So stay tuned.
Who do we talk to about a Freedom of Information Act request?
What you need a request, they have to be in writing.
Is it with you that we file that?
And do you have a driver's license?
Sure do.
Okay, you have to be a citizen of Arkansas. It's Renee or I mean, any of us, but anyway.
Do you have a form that I should use to fill this out?
Now, to set this up, guys, it's understandable why Captain Colin Lillard of the Dover Marshal's Office behaved the way that he is going to behave in this video. Obviously, you have citizens that are being respectful, quiet, and are simply looking for a records request. That can be enraging to law enforcement dogs and hitting their wives. So to be polite I mean, it's obviously criminal activity.
You have a blank piece of paper
Well, I can get you a blank.
and a pen. Cool. Is the chief or assistant chief in?
I can go back and look.
Cool.
I know the chief's gone for the day, but I can look and see. And can I tell him what's regarding, who it is?
I am Justin, and I just have a question for him.
Okay.
It won't take long.
Excuse me. Hello. Hi, I just had a question for you. You were filming
Just
the
left on a
other day
call.
when a gentleman was
A few minutes ago, I
arrested.
guess. I don't know.
I'd like to,
Okay.
to file a Freedom of Information Act request for the video from your phone.
Hey, can you pause this real quick?
Is the chief coming?
He just left on a call.
Hey, so I tried to make it clear in the video. I'm not sure if I did or not. But so one thing I don't mention, I meet Cody and his brother. Me and Garrett from 50 Media, we meet them at the Mexican restaurant in town. This is a super small town. There's like one restaurant. The restaurant's like a quarter mile from the marshal's office, if that. Before we ever go to the marshal's office, we meet them at the Mexican restaurant to kind of hear from them in person what happened. As we're leaving there to go to the marshal's office, we see a marshal pass us and go to that restaurant. We didn't really think anything of it until after we learned that was literally Captain Lillard to go harass them at the restaurant. I don't know if he passed by and he saw their vehicle there, or if the guy that owns the restaurant called him, because he was kind of staring at us while we were having our conversation in there. Regardless, Colin Lillard went down there just to harass them and threatened to arrest them again. And then he hears that we're at the marshal's office, so he spins around and comes back, and you're about to see that.
So
I
you're
just want to
telling
make sure
me
that was,
that
yeah.
the word comes across the wire that the person he just illegally arrested is now at a private establishment having food, and he goes out of his way to drive there and harass him and intimidate him and cause him fear.
100%. That's right.
So guys, it's pretty simple. When you're looking to pierce qualified immunity, believe it or not, it's pretty difficult, right? Because you have to show unequivocally, oh, thanks, John, sent $10 to Justin. You have to prove unequivocally that the police officer knew what he was doing was wrong. Secondly, a real good excuse for these cops is I wasn't properly trained. So I didn't know what I was doing was wrong. I wasn't properly trained. And that's why most of these cops are unable to have their qualified immunity pierced. But when you're talking about a police officer going out of his way post-arrest to leave his, capacity as a law enforcement officer to then go to a private establishment and harass the person he just arrested, it's called intimidation of a witness. In most states, it carries between 10 years and a lifetime in jail. Because he's a witness, right? There's no reason this cop should be interacting with him. The cop's not responding to a call. However, he's now going to harass and intimidate a person who he's currently in an ongoing trial with. Then you have an incident where at the end of this video, the cop's going to come out and say, I told you not to mess with me, which shows unequivocally that he knew what he was doing was wrong. It had nothing to do with law or the enforcement of said law. It's solely to show that he was being messed with, and he was going to show them that that wasn't going to happen again. So this case is not going to be one where they're going to have to work hard to pierce qualified immunity. I doubt it's even going to be one that survives 90 days after the case is filed, because they are going to come running to the random patriot seeking asylum. Financial asylum is what they're going to be seeking from him. This guy wasn't going in there expecting to be arrested. He didn't want to get arrested. We don't wake up in the morning and say, hey, today's going to be a good day to go to jail. But I'll tell you one thing, that's exactly how I'm going to be feeling when I go to Dover, Arkansas. 100%. I'm going to wear a t-shirt. I'm going to have all sorts of gear made up. We're going to have a big meet and greet out there. I'm going to invite some big friends that you're going to want to come and meet too. Because the problem is we need to make it so after he's forced out of this department, another department isn't giving a big congratulations to the newest member of their force and listing his, past experience and having Dover be one of them. This needs to be his last stop in policy enforcement.
So that's who we saw leave. Apparently.
Okay. Here he is. He's right there. You want to come talk to us?
Hey,
Come on
can you
out.
talk? Hey, here's the chief. He's on the other side of that door right there. Oh, now we just tried to wave him out here to talk to us, but he doesn't want to, apparently.
You don't got nothing to say.
What did he say just a second ago when we were trying to get him to come out and talk? Why didn't he come out and talk?
Chief's gone.
Oh, is that the assistant chief, though?
I'm not gonna listen to y'all. Y'all are bullying.
We're asking a question. Is that the assistant chief? Is
Okay, so now I want to break this down. They are sitting peacefully at a table. They've been polite and courteous. Yes, ma'am. No, ma'am. Thank you, sir. No, thank you, ma'am. Since they got in, they're not causing a ruckus. You guys watch me. I'd be nuts. I'd be all over the place. He's simply sitting down and asking, is that the chief? The government's response is, y'all are bullying. I don't know how you bully someone that's got tactical gear, a budget, unlimited backup, and the ability to kill you using qualified immunity and come out clean in the courts for it. But it's interesting, right? Cop logic. They're the ones bullying while minding their own business, while a police officer is at a private establishment harassing someone and intimidating someone he had arrested the day before.
Yeah, thank you. Who's bullying exactly? Who the fuck is bullying? Good Lord. Thank you. Thank you.
This is like, you got to call out the hypocrisy. It's not even so much Random Patriots arrest that should make you mad. It's the before and after picture and the during of everything else that's going on. Like, as they're victimizing, they're claiming to be a victim. As they're bullying, they're claiming to be bullied. As they're harassing, they're claiming to be harassed. And they're doing it without anyone stopping them, without any oversight whatsoever. And if you have a little kid at home and you say, hey, listen, baby AFA, you do that again, you're going in timeout. They do it again, you put them in timeout. They're not going to do it again because they don't like being punished, right? It's the same thing with a cop. If you tell them not to do something, they do it and there is no consequence for them. It only emboldens them to do it again. And that's Colin Lillard. And this is just a miserable bitch on the screen there, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I don't care for her.
Is that okay? That's all. How is that bullying? By asking who that was. That's not bullying. You're bullying right now. So stupid.
Yeah, you are.
You are. Hey, where's your paycheck come from, ma'am?
Not you.
It sure does. Oh, you see, and this is why I called you stupid. Do you think Dover gets state taxes? Do you think they get sales tax from whenever I buy stuff here?
Guys, federal taxes. Okay, I've already looked into it because this is a fun part of the video for me. Because do you pay taxes? As long as you buy something in town, you've then paid taxes. Federal taxes. Dover is a failing state. It's a failing municipality. They receive a ton of money in federal tax assistance. And for some of you guys out there that say, oh, we don't pay taxes, we live in our mom's basement. I have a 4,000 square foot 4-bedroom home that is absolutely fucking gorgeous. And I pay more in taxes a year than most cops probably make in a month. Okay. But that's really besides the fucking point. He's in a public place, engaging in no crime, respected by the Constitution of the United States of America and the Bill of Rights. He doesn't need to have ever paid taxes. He doesn't need to have a shirt on his back. He doesn't need to have $1 in his fucking pocket. As an American, this is what is guaranteed to him by his Constitution. Now, the government is supposed to be the arbiter and the protector and the defender of the faith for the Constitution. And the only thing they're doing is pointing fingers in a mirror right now.
Do you think they get federal taxes as well? Oh, weird. You get it from me and everyone else in this town and everyone else in this state. So have some respect, especially when we're just asking you a question. Friggin' losers. Now I see the mentality of this place.
Now, later on, this is going to go towards like the disorderly conduct route, but it can't be. He has the right to criticize his government. He has the right to petition the government for a redress of his grievances. None of your constitutional rights, none of the amendments can be used to congregate a crime, right? Your freedom of speech can't be transgressed into criminal activity. Your right to be press can't be transferred into a crime. Your questioning government officials in the course of their duties can't be that either. And the reason I hate this guy is because he's not your average bear. He's smart. He's collected. He knows exactly what he's talking about. And he doesn't just walk into a building. He does a ton of homework. Going up against the random patriot is playing a losing game of chess every single time. Whenever he says something to you, whenever he asks you a question, he knows what your response is going to be. And then he has the retort. He knows what your retort to his retort will be. And by the time you realize that you got set up and you got owned and you look stupid, it's too late. It's already happened. You realize that when you're watching the playback, when hundreds of thousands of people have seen just how stupid you fucking look. And today, Captain Colin Lillard, you look as stupid as humanly fucking possible.
Agreed.
You know what I mean?
Please don't be rude.
Us to get all the cameras. These guys are just kind of hanging out across the street. And tell me what happened.
Well, we walked out of the Mexican restaurant, and he rolls up to my truck and says, "Hey, Arkansas State Code says that you can't have letters no bigger than half an inch on my window."
What?
And then he flipped him off.
And he told me, so be careful, you're doing that in public space again. He goes, you'll go back to jail. He goes, don't worry, baby. I got that 460.
Oh, dude, he's about to see my signs a lot bigger than your finger.
This is a serious problem, Patriot. Serious problem. These people are victims. And let's just forget the victimage, right? They're witnesses, because even though they're defendants, they are witnesses in part of their own defense in an ongoing criminal case. Okay, so let's picture it if it was the other side of the spectrum. Let's say that the random patriot was the victim and the prosecution was representing him. And the random patriot's friends were going, the bad guy's friends, random patriots, the good guys on the prosecution side, they're going up to him. They're following him where he's going to eat. They're telling him what he can't have on his car. The state will so fast put out a warrant for their arrest for intimidation of a witness, you wouldn't even be able to blink. However, now the police officers, not just his buddies, the actual cop in the case is going out of his way to harass people. So the random patriot has a very healthy idea of exactly what he's in for. Now, the 1,300 of you that are in here, most of you, and there's no shame in it, there's no shame in the game, are going to say, this is a great fight, but it's not mine, and it's not for here, and it's not for today. That is not the kind of guy that this is. He's the kind of guy that every single fight is worth it as long as someone has a boot on their fucking neck. And that's exactly what happened. That's exactly what he's doing.
Right.
And I don't know how much PayPal he's got yet, but this community exists because of this. If I went live 5, 6, 7 years ago, I'm one of the first people out here doing this. I can tell you that thousands of dollars would be sent to my PayPal. I knew if I was arrested that I would never have to worry about money. And he's not even asking for it. Help this man. Watch this video. Watch it unfold. You are seeing an activist, a victim, a freedom fighter, all packaged into one here, right? And you're seeing it play out in real fucking time, okay? There's nothing that got this man arrested but a cop's fucking ego. This was a game to a cop. And when you turn someone's freedom, their freedom of movement, their Fourth Amendment for free travel into a trivial game, then we have much bigger fucking problems. I'm not worried about defending the Constitution of enemies foreign. I'm worried about defending the Constitution against enemies domestic, wearing fucking badges, creating laws and logic as they go along.
Yeah, I'll help you carry him. I don't.
Yeah, he's a little aggressive right now, so I don't want to step over there.
Dude, well, I just tried to get him to come talk to me, and he wouldn't.
Oh, he's not going to.
So, Captain Lillard wants to double down. He arrests the guy for saying the F word. He says inside the city hall, so he arrests him. Apparently, he's never heard of Cohen versus California. He then sees the guy a week later, and he flips the cop off. He flips off the captain, and Captain Lillard says, "You better quit using that middle finger in public. You're about to go to jail again." This was today, actually. So here we are. Let's see if he wants to take me to jail. Let's see if he takes me to jail.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, right. We know exactly what he did, guys. I want to kick it out to the chat. That's a great question, and that question is actually what inspired me to reach out to the Random Patriot. That specific question: will he take me to jail? Well, I wore one of my We the People sweatshirts today because I have a question also. They took the first guys to jail. Random Patriot asked, will they take me to jail? The answer was yes. Folks, let's kick it out to the chat. When I show up with my friends and I do this and I'm going to get a billboard across from town hall as close as I can find with a picture of Captain Lillard that says, "Fuck Dover Marshals," right? Will they arrest me and my friends? Put a 3 if you think they'll arrest me. Put a 4 if you think by that point the spanking that they've got, from the publicity is going to be too much. 3 if they're going to arrest me. 4 if they're not. What do you think?
I'm going to throw up a 3.
You throw up a 3.
Yeah.
All right. Our PCast is first vote. Our guy says 4. Liberty Blair says 4. Wild Journey 3. We're mixed right now. We're mixed. There's a lot of 3s, a lot of 4s. I would say we're split right down the middle at this point. Well, you know what? Like, to be honest with you, it's been a little bit since my last road trip, so I guess we're just going to have to find out on our own. But I am planning every single time a police car or a constable's car leaves, and I'm not just bringing the scanner app. I'm bringing an actual scanner. Like, I am going to be lawfully and legally exhibiting my First Amendment right at every single police interaction that exists. And let's just see how quickly they want to bankrupt their town, because I'm good at taking money from the government. I'm real good.
Hey, so a little fun fact. My court date is on January 6th. Me and Cody and the other guy I'm leaving anonymous, we all have court on January 6th. It's kind of a funny date. But I hear they're trying to move it back because the current prosecuting attorney, Deirdre Luker is her name. She's about to be the judge, and they're trying to push it back, from what I hear, so that they can have the current prosecuting attorney be the judge of my case. So that's kind of like taking the coach from the opposing team and letting him be the ref. Right?
Yeah, they could never do it. I mean, they couldn't. I mean, it's so, for example, if we were like co-defendants in a crime and an attorney represented you, right? And then 6 years later, I pick up another crime. I know how good your attorney is. I want to use him. I wouldn't be able to because of a conflict of interest. I mean, good luck to them if they did. That case, they would be smashed in Supreme Court. There's no way that would work.
That's their plan. Yeah. I have a recording of one of the ladies at the marshal's office telling that to Cody, that your date's going to be moved back to X date. I forget the exact, because we're waiting for Miss Luker to transition from prosecuting attorney to the judge.
I gotta be honest. I would love to see that happen. Because, oh man, I don't even want to.
That's crazy. So that's the town we're dealing with. These are the people we're dealing with. They're not that bright. They think that they can get away with this crap, and they do it right out in the open as if it's not wrong, as if there's not a conflict of interest here. Like, that is the craziest crap I've ever heard. Now, I haven't been served any papers to push it back or anything. So right now I just have a recording of her saying this to Cody. But I mean, why would you say that?
I can't wait to see if that does happen. That'll seal the fate.
So these are the guys that were arrested. Let's go look in Captain Lillard's car.
Let's play a counting game. Here are the rules.
Arkansas assault statutes are found in Title V, Chapter 13 of the Arkansas Code, which covers criminal offenses and offenses against a person. If you go to assault in the third degree, a Class C misdemeanor that occurs when someone purposely creates apprehension of imminent physical injury in another person. In other words, you don't physically have to touch anyone to commit assault on them. Just making them feel like you're going to touch them or hurt them, or you're getting right in their face to make them feel like they could be in danger, that could be considered assault in the third degree in Arkansas. So let's count. How many times does Captain Lillard potentially assault me in the third degree before he even arrests me? And after my arrest, we'll get into aggravated assault. Got a cell phone in there, some kind of notepad. What does that notepad say? Yep. Captain Lillard's a bitch. Captain Lillard's a coward. I never touched your car, son. I never touched your car, son. I'm not gonna have to do shit, son. Huh? I'm not doing shit.
Okay, don't you touch the car.
I never touched it.
Matter of fact, just go ahead and step away.
Nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm straight. Yeah. You're a coward, by the way.
Yeah.
You arrest people for saying.
Well, you know what? It's disorderly conduct.
No,
if you
it's
say
not.
it in the right context.
No, it's not.
In the right place.
No, it's not.
Dude,
I promise you, it's not. Can I tell you a couple things that?
Well, listen.
There are very few contexts where that word or any other cuss word can be classified as a crime. For example, if you said, I will, fucking rob you to somebody, the word fuck is still not the crime. It's the enhancement of threatening another person to engage in criminal activity either with them or against them that is the crime. The word itself has no bounds. This isn't some new thing that we're pandering in the court of public opinion. It has been tried over and over again in the Supreme Court that is accepted speech. Now, what is accepted and what is moral to some people can be two different things, but that's not what we're arguing here. Right now, we're just talking about someone is breaking no laws at all whatsoever, and they're about to go to jail with a busted lip for it. And I'll tell you one thing. Look at this fucking piece of shit. The last time he saw his toes was when he came out of a birth canal, right? And I'm saying that as a fat guy myself, right? This guy is a fucking piece of shit. He's out of shape. He's old. If Random Patriot wanted to resist, this guy would be having a much fucking tougher time. He'd be worrying about catching his breath, not a fucking case in court with a civil lawsuit, right? But that's what happens, right? No one ever challenges these people. So they act this way because they think that the public is they're at bay. They're scared because they're allowed to do this, because when they did something wrong, no one put them in timeout. Right? They didn't put him in timeout with a lawsuit. They didn't put him in timeout by taking his job. They just give this guy a job at the next department and they send him along with a recommendation.
Yep.
I know the case law on it. Okay?
Oh, what is it then? Well, then why'd you arrest someone over if you know the case law?
Because it's in a public place.
It's allowed to be. Cohen versus California was in a city hall. Cohen versus California was in a city hall, you dumbass. You ignorant piece of shit who arrests free Americans for saying, who arrest free Americans for saying, you better back off.
Now, he didn't just turn around. I want you to watch the movement. He charged him. And what you look at when you talk about a crime is what the intent is. It's really not so much about what happens. It's the intent behind what happens. He turned around and rushed him with the intent to put him in fear. So let's look at that again. I'm going to slow this down for you.
That is 100% assault. That is the definition of assault in the third degree right there. Like,
I'm going to let it run. So you can keep talking because I turned the volume off. I want people
the
to
only
see.
thing that could have made that worse is if he reared back with his fist. I mean, that is absolutely assault in the third degree. And he actually gets a lot worse with it later. But if he doesn't get charges on this, I mean, like I said, all he could have done to make that worse is to rear back. And then all he could have done after that is to actually hit me. So if this is an assault, if I did this to him, what happens to me?
I would never see
you. That's the question.
We'd never see you again.
Right.
Look at this right now. So this guy, just because his feelings got hurt, look at how he stops on a dime. He's never moved that fast. Look at the anger on his face. He was thinking about hitting him, and then something stopped him. Watch his face. It's pure anger. It's pure hatred. It's pure violence. And then you'll see him stop himself because he knew what he was doing was wrong. But eventually he won't be able to stop himself. The important thing is the intent. He intended to place him in fear.
Back off.
Too bad I ain't no bitch.
Get out of my face. Get out of my face, you coward.
I'm here. You're here.
You step to me. You step to me. You bad breath. Get out of my face.
Nice, ain't it?
You're a coward little bitch. You are a coward, anti-American bitch.
You don't even
You're
know.
anti-freedom. You ain't.
Hey, why do y'all hate? Why y'all hate on
You
cops?
ain't nothing, dude.
Yeah.
Because you don't follow the law.
I don't.
Hey, I gave you.
Like you.
Listen, do you want to give me the opportunity to have a conversation?
Lillard, you're a
Real conversation.
Look up Coven versus California.
I appreciate your
Look
advice.
up Terrerage versus Fort Smith. Terrerage versus Fort Smith right here in Arkansas. You dumbass. You're a loser. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Loser bitch right here. Loser bitch. Anti-American,
I'm looking at one.
anti-freedom, loser bitch. Arrest people because they said a bad word in public. Who the does that besides a loser like you?
Get a job.
Get a job. How about you get a different job because you don't know how to do yours? You don't arrest anyone for saying do it again.
Listen, I'm not here to like compare paychecks or anything, but let's. He's a constable that's been moved around so much, they probably got him at a bargain. He's in some backwater town in fucking Arkansas, and he's telling the random patriot to get a job. You know what I tell people when they say that to me? I say, listen, I got a beautiful house. I got 2 cars out front. You know, I got whatever I need, and I work 2 days a week. If that's not a job, I don't ever want to fucking work, okay? You want to compare paychecks. This guy loses against the random patriot every single time. Maybe that's why he's hating on him so much, right? Like all the random, this cop has to get up every day and do his job and do his duties and do his rounds and do his checklists and, you know, assault people for no reason. He's got a lot of shit he has to do. All the random patriot has to do is pick up his phone and press a red button. That's it. And he's making twice as much, guarantee it. This cop is a fucking piece of shit.
Yep.
And what angers me the most is the random patriot give a shit about money. All that money he's bringing in, he's spending it back out. He's traveling. He's helping other people. He's donating himself. So his money is recycled. This cop is just saving up because he knows eventually he's going to lose his pension and he wants something to fall back on.
Again, motherfucker, and watch what happens. You're done. You're done. Keep waving, bro. You're done. It's over for you. It's over for you. You're done. Keep driving, you coward.
This guy's deal, man.
Well, you know,
I'll talk to you, man.
Okay.
Listen, you just turn that off. And talk to me. No, I'm
no.
not.
I don't.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'll talk to you. I'll be civil. Just turn the camera off. Turn off the only thing that has caught me red-handed every time. And you can trust that when there's no accountability, there's not accountability when he's got a fucking camera rolling. But if you turn the camera off, you can absolutely trust that I won't fucking cuff you, tase you, and then kick you all the way to the jail cell.
Yeah, listen to what he's about to say. He's about to say, well, if you don't trust me, you shouldn't talk to me anyway. No shit, bro.
I'm not making you a YouTube video. Thanks. No.
What?
I'll talk to you. I don't want to talk to a YouTube video.
Well, but then you're going to say things that I can't verify.
Dude, I'll talk to you. If you don't trust me, you got no business talking to me anyway. You think I'm...
Well, why would I trust you when you already infringed on a citizen's rights already?
Dude, it's this is a one-on-one
Why'd you still
conversation.
do that?
It's a one-on-one conversation.
Because you're
here. You want to come in?
Sure.
Because you're trash? Yeah, you did that to try to intimidate the public. That's all you did it for, you dumbass.
And now this cop he spoke to somebody because he's not smart enough to figure out this on his own. what he's like, and I do this, and I think we all do this, is sometimes to make a bad cop look even worse, you create a good cop, right? If there's two cops in a video I'm dealing with, one is a real asshole and the other's just kind of a jerk, I thank that cop. Oh, thank you so much, because this guy's a piece of shit and he's being mean to me and he's violating my rights and you're not doing that. Thank you so much, because the friction that's created, as soon as I leave, you know that there's a backroom conversation where they're like, oh, why were you on their side? That's what they're trying to do here. They're trying to separate them so they can paint one person to be one of sound judgment. So when they write in the police report, listen, you know, this guy was decent to deal with. I sat down, look in the video, Mr. Prosecutor, had a polite conversation, and then there's the random patriot. That's what they're trying to do. They're trying to create a bad auditor right now. And it's going to fall flat in its face.
Yep.
Well, you know, he's upset. I'm upset, but I you know, I have
You
I
seem
have
a
a
little
cooler
racial.
head.
If you, I mean, if you
And I have to. Okay.
But
So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about what happened with Cody.
no, I'm not.
Dewis.
Listen, we have. It hasn't been adjudicated yet.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm not going to do that. About what went on over there. It's we will just need to.
Can you
just
tell me
wait.
if you believe that it was disorderly conduct?
Oh yeah.
Freedom of
Oh,
speech?
I wouldn't have arrested him if he wouldn't have been disorderly. Here, I'll show you the law on it if you like.
I've read the law extensively.
well then,
I'm familiar with it.
Well, recite it to me.
I said I'm familiar with
Well,
it.
tell me about it. Tell me about it.
This is your job. You tell me about.
Okay,
You tell
here,
me.
let's
about
pull
it.
it up. If you, why
Oh,
don't you want to know the law?
I do know the law.
Okay, well let's look it up. Okay. But
I got something
Point
to say
out
real quick
nuances.
too. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, man.
So he's about to read, I don't want to spoil it or anything, but he's about to read he's about to read the title of a statute. He's not even going to read the nitty gritty or anything like that. He's going to read the title, the first line of a statute, and then he's going to say, I know the law. When even if he just paid attention to what he reads himself, he'll learn that even that first line says, I wasn't doing anything illegal. Later in the cop car, and I am going to get the camera of me and him in the cop car on the way to the jail, he tells me that any case law I have is irrelevant because he read a 2024 statute. So just because I have a case law from 2019, it's irrelevant because the statute's 2024. So he doesn't understand, as a law officer for how many years now? 20? How many departments has he worked for? He doesn't understand that case law is a way to interpret that statute. That's how you look at case law to understand the correct way to interpret a statute. Because a statute isn't always going to give you a bunch of examples to lead you. It's just going to tell you what the statute is, but you still have to interpret it. So then you go look at all these case law, and I have like 10 case law in my pocket, and I'm trying to tell this guy all these case law, and he's saying, yeah, that's all old news because I looked up 2024 Arkansas statute. That's the person I'm dealing with. And he is the second in command at this marshal's office. The only person above him is a Titsworth. That's what we're dealing with. So that's my rant about this. Yeah.
Explain the law. Like if you ask me a question, we're sitting down here, we're chatting, and I'm telling you, you know, what I know from experience and what attorneys have told me and how I take that understanding in that law and I utilize it in my work. You do the same thing. This cop can only tell you the law when he has, after he's committed the crime and he's got a Google engine. He's got a Google search engine. I can't tell you how many cops have a notebook. And in the notebook, it usually cites disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and then there's a couple city ordinances. It's a cheat sheet because they don't know it on their own. Now, Arkansas Code Title 5, subsection 5-71-207, a person commits the offense of disorderly conduct if, with the purpose to cause public inconvenience or alarm, recklessly creating a risk of annoyance, alarm, or if they are engaging in fighting or in violent, threatening, or tumultuous behavior, none of which, like this guy must have went out of his way to find something that didn't actually state what the law is. You can all look it up. And let's just say that the Arkansas statute or the city ordinance said it is illegal to use swear words. You know, you can make a law right now in the town that I live in where they say, oh, thank you so much, Uneasy Rider, where they said on Tuesday it's legal to kick a puppy. Any law that is opposite the Constitution is unlawful in its birth. right? You can't make a law that is unlawful if it abridges the United States Constitution. So
Right.
it wouldn't have to be respected or otherwise observed anyways. But that's not what this law says. And look at this dude sitting at the computer, exiting out of his Pornhub to try and look something up for the very first fucking time.
I think he was watching. I'm pretty sure he was watching that video of that other cop that JC News Now caught.
Yeah, JC beat his case, and the Random Patriot's gonna beat his.
Hell yeah!
I mean, he's probably not gonna beat this case allegedly as hard as Diller beats his dog, but I just heard that. I don't know if that's true. It might not be. That's why I said allegedly. But who knows? That's just someone told me. I'm not saying that I know that as a representation. But I'm gonna have to reach out to the dog for comment.
So did you have any prior interactions with Mr. Duos or his brothers?
Dude, I'm not here for your video, man. You turn your video out, I'll talk to you. I'm not interested in you putting these out, trying to make money off of it or whatever it is y'all do. This
is more about accountability of public officials. Yeah. This isn't about trying to shame you.
You know what's interesting? He's spent the entirety of this video saying how he's not going to help you guys make money. But then when you're buying 2 of everything that you fucking want after the lawsuit, that's exactly what he did. He helped you guys make money. Like, he has monetized excessive force is what he did for other people. Like this cop is,
that's a good point. Yeah.
But for someone who doesn't want to help the Random Patriot or anyone else make money, I mean, thank you. On behalf of these guys, Captain Dildo, thank you.
That's his new nickname. There it is.
It's not. He is.
Yeah, he is for sure.
I assure you that. And he cited the law.
Google it.
I've Googled it, and here's the thing. Like,
anyway, maybe
there we are. Yeah. This is Lillard. He cited the law based off what he read off the internet, but he clearly doesn't want to understand that what he did was illegal, because the middle finger is not a threat of violence. Saying you can say all day long to a police officer and they can do nothing to you because that's constitutionally protected free speech. Now, if I say I'm gonna kick your ass, that's different. But if I say you, that's also different. I can say you all day long to a cop and they can do nothing. So this cop is a tyrant and he doesn't know the Constitution.
Please subscribe to my buddy 50 Media. Just a quick shout out to Garrett from 50 Media. This dude is an investigator from hell. He is savage. He digs some shit up that I wouldn't have even thought to ask about. He really surprises me sometimes. So I just want to give him the respect he deserves. His channel is 50 Media. It's spelled out FIVEO Media. I have a link in my channel. Anyways, I couldn't do this live without giving him a shout out because he deserves it.
Yeah, make sure you check him out, 50 Media. I'll put a link at the end of this so you guys can check him out also. And then, listen, Captain Lillard is not doing very well so far. He's not doing well because people got together. This cop is struggling, but the activists are sticking together against Captain Lillard and Chief Titsworth.
There you go, check the tags on my truck.
Yeah, that's what he did.
Yeah.
He just came out, got in his car. You've never seen a swear word before? You ever seen a rated R movie?
You're making me feel very uncomfortable.
Have you ever seen a rated R?
Afraid.
Have you seen a rated R movie?
Listen, hey, they're not law enforcement. They do nothing, man. Y'all can do that to me all you want, but don't come up here.
I wasn't doing anything to her.
Don't harass us.
I wasn't.
Are they making you uncomfortable?
Yes, they're scaring me.
Okay.
I'm not doing anything.
Right, yeah. There you go.
Listen, Cohen versus California.
They're trying to work in here.
Now, guys, I don't know about you, but normally when you're scared and threatened by someone, you run away. You don't engage them and become argumentative. If someone comes at you with a gun saying they're gonna rob you, you don't say, well, listen, I just want to come a little bit closer because I want to let you know that right now you're making me feel scared and afraid and threatened. The conversation doesn't take place because you're not present, because you are scared and threatened. Man, Dover.
And
Dover.
A point to make too is the F word is literally allowed in a PG-13 movie. It can be used multiple times. So we're allowed to show this word that I have on my sign to 13-year-olds and up or below if the parent allows it. And this is for like private businesses and stuff. This isn't even talking about free speech or anything like that. So she is trying to be afraid and offended by a word that's literally allowed to be in like the traveling pants of the whatever the frig that movie is. Like,
yeah, sisterhood.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like, goodness.
I want to give you a freebie. How does a free $10,000 sound to you right now, Random Patriot?
Whatever, dude. Shut up.
Check this out. On their Facebook page, they're actively deleting comments. Since this live stream has started, I've been keeping an eye on their Facebook page, and I've been looking at all the comments that are in there. Now, the last comment when you select newest is from a day ago, but since this stream started, 8 minutes and 12 seconds in, we got our first comment. We've got about 20. Since then, the comments have been removed. Now, we all know that as a public entity, even though Facebook is a private company, the same free speech laws apply. They cannot censor or delete your comments. So all you have to do, Random Patriot, is go ahead, sign a records request, and ask for the names of anyone with administrative access to that Facebook page. Then you want to ask for the names of everyone who's on the block list. Then you want to follow up by asking for copies of every deleted comment. Now, we know they're not going to keep copies of the comments they delete. What we do in that part is we find out who the people are because we have the names of the people on the admin list. We have all the people that they've blocked. So now we have proof that they're censoring free speech, and they're required by law to keep receipts and copies of every comment that is edited in any single way on Facebook. There's not going to be a copy, but we know the comments have been missing because I've been taking screenshots. And then what you do is you file a lawsuit against the town for either class action or personally for violating your rights to free speech. And that is an easy fucking 10 grand, man.
Now, wouldn't that be for all the people that commented? Like, I couldn't file the lawsuit unless I was one of the persons that had my free speech stopped, right?
They're commenting on your personal works. Your personal works are being commented on. And go ahead. You want to leave a comment? They're going to delete it anyways.
Right.
Hey, thanks for illegally arresting me. Delete. You know what I mean? It's very, very easy to do something like that. And I don't know how much he's made, guys, but top of the chat, welcome, Midwest. Top of the chat is his PayPal. My goal is to get him to $1,000. He's on his phone, so he can't see right now how much he's made, but $1,000 at least is the goal.
And man, I hate asking for money. That's not something I do, but I'm about to have a bunch of lawyers' fees. And so anything that you can donate towards this cause, I would appreciate it more than you probably even know, because I don't even know how much I'm about to pay towards a criminal lawyer and then a civil lawyer. And I'm guaranteeing they're going to try to drag this on. And so I'm kind of worried about how much it's going to cost me. I am going to do it no matter what it costs me, but anything really does help. And I hate to even ask, but I really appreciate Josh for doing this with me, and anyone that has already donated, I really appreciate it. So thank you.
Yeah, guys, listen. So this is the difference between cops and what Random Patriot's doing. Is he knew going into this that there was a higher likelihood than there wasn't that this was going to cost him his freedom and it was going to cost him his money. I have not seen one person, and Banana Anna issued a challenge. Who can match her? I've not seen one video where I see him out there saying, hey, I need money. And we didn't talk about me even posting his link because he's the kind of guy where I was like, if I'm going to post your link, you're probably like, oh, no, you don't have to do that. I just did it, and I had him on the live and told him that I did it. You guys need to help him out. This is why he does this, right? He does this to hold them accountable. and at the jeopardy and peril of his own financial and physical safety and security. This is what we need. We need to make sure he's able to fight this. He fought for you. Back him up. It's not he the person, it's we the people. So at some point, you need to not just stand behind him, stand next to him, say enough is enough. And you can do that by hitting them in the pocket and helping him fight these guys. Because if he beats them, right, then the argument can be made that there's new precedents. On top of that, the argument can be further made that that precedence is now accepted case law. It is not difficult. My name is in case law, okay? Turner v. Driver, that's the Batusai. His name is in case law. No one thought that I could do it. No one thought that he could do it, but we did it. And now mine is much less upfront, but his name is now used primarily, if you're talking about Glick v. Kniff, the next, pivot to that is Turner v. Driver. And some of you in this community might be saying, Turner v. Driver, it says I can do this. And you don't even know that it was an activist that laid his freedom down to make sure you had that additional layer of protection. Help him out. Help him get his name in case law, because if you help him, it only helps you.
In here.
Cohen
They're
versus-
trying to work in here.
Cohen, do not touch me.
Well, dude,
Do not touch me. Cohen versus California was inside City Hall. That's what I'm doing.
Well, go do it in California, man.
No, that's a Supreme Court case
Yeah,
rule for
I
the whole United States, bro.
Okay.
Thank you.
Don't touch me. Get the out of my face, too.
Dude, okay, see, that's what just got this last guy
Do it.
in jail.
Do
I
it.
mean, we got ladies here that are non-law enforcement.
It doesn't matter. It's free speech, bro.
Bro, that's super sexist, right? Like, not for nothing, but suffrage happened when? 1919? I might be wrong on the date. Correct me, chat, if I'm wrong. But women fought for so long to have equal treatment to men, right? But now they shouldn't be afforded the right to be cussed in front of because they're ladies. And then we get to another question. Well, it's the right thing to do. It's the moral thing to do. Well, what's more important? Feelings or rights? If you ask the suffragettes, like, hey, listen, we're going to give you the right. You're going to get you've earned your right to vote. You've earned your right for workplace. You've earned your right to have eventually equal pay, right? However, we're going to give that up if you get sworn at. They're going to be like, fuck that. This is how crazy this country has gotten.
Yep.
Ooh, Laura Rossiter sent you 100.
Damn, Laura.
What?
Damn, girl.
Yo,
Thank you.
Erica sent 20.
Damn. I really appreciate you guys. I freaking do. You don't even know. So thank you so much.
I'm liking this. 1920 firm says I was damn near within a year. I'm pretty good. And challenge accepted. 1920 is
Yeah.
like, listen, this cop's just fucking stupid. I'm not even going to continue in my thought because I was just going to say something really fucked up about this cop.
Freedom. Learn it.
Listen, dude,
It's freedom. Get out of people's face. You're making a bigger scene than I ever was. Get out of here.
You're up here harassing these
I
ladies.
wasn't. I walked in and she freaked out. Otherwise, I wasn't going to say anything to her. She freaked out. All I was trying to say nicely, I said, look up Cohen versus California nicely.
Is this what you need to have meaning in your life, really?
Freedom, yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Is this your idea of
I
freedom?
need freedom. Well, when I see someone like you taking it away from people,
Listen, this is the reason when people lose their freedoms. It's because they don't.
No, because people like you. Because people like you. If you didn't step in.
Wait, people lose their freedom for standing up to freedom?
Right.
Oh, man. Sometimes cousins shouldn't kiss.
That's his mentality. Yeah, for sure. You bet.
You have no issue.
That's it. I was just gonna kind of make fun of that moment. Like he's gonna blame me for losing my freedoms, for exercising my freedoms. Like, what the fuck are you
I'm pretty
about?
sure this country was birthed off people exercising their freedoms. The only reason people lost their freedoms is because over time they gave up the same fight that won it for them in the first place.
Right. Yep.
Issue here. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't for you. You are the reason I'm here.
No, look, you'd be doing.
You're the reason I'm
doing it
here.
somewhere else.
You-
Okay, you'd be doing
if they did what you did, I will be. I sure will. Don't touch me. Get out of my face. Stop touching me.
How
It's
about,
on
how,
5
about if you, how about if you
cameras.
just step back a little
How about
bit, man?
you? Stop getting in my face.
Dude, I can get anywhere. I
If
can
you
get as close
kiss
as I
me,
want.
I'll make out with you so much harder than you make out with me.
I will too. That's a challenge to anyone out there. You want to get in my face and make out with me? You just stepped in a bunch of crap because I'm about to make out with you so much harder.
Yeah, that is like, oh man, I got 2256. That is fucking priceless. Yeah, no, we're gonna watch that again.
Stop touching me. It's on 5 cameras.
How about if you just step back a little
How about
bit,
you? Stop getting in my face.
dude? I can get anywhere. I
If
can
you
get as close
kiss
as I
me,
want.
I'll make out with you so much harder than you make out with me.
Dude, how the fuck did you not break character? How did you not?
Dude, I swear.
If you make out with me, I'm gonna make out so much harder. Dude, what? Dude, that would have been like that. That is probably the most awesome thing I've fucking seen. And you know the wheels were turning in this guy's head. He's like, well, I haven't been made out with in a long time. And if
Bro, he literally
"Oh,
blushes. He blushes. Watch the camera closely, and please actually pause it if you can. He blushes. Now later when I'm being arrested, not that I care, but he calls me the F word. He calls me a baggot with F. I don't know if I can say it on YouTube or not. But
homophobic slur. I get it. I
yeah,
get you.
yeah. But anyways, yeah.
It's weird that like I found, especially with a cop that we recently covered a story on, he was calling someone else a homophobic slur when he himself was, engaging in that, which is fine. Like, this is America. I love all people. I don't care who you love, what their sex is, their creed is,
Right.
their religion, but don't displace, right? You're displacing onto somebody else what's wrong within you. Just admit it. Be who you are. Right. And
I'm not, I'm not gay, but even if I he doesn't know that I'm not gay. So, I mean, he's calling me that, and I very well could be gay. So that is a hate crime right there. You can't, I don't believe he can do that. Even if he didn't think I was gay, I'm pretty sure that's against policy.
Well, he's weaponizing the word is what he's doing.
Right.
He's giving the word power, right? He's weaponizing. So let's just say that you weren't, whatever. He is weaponizing that word to offend you. He is taking who you are, and he's at the very, very most, he's weaponizing that, right? So for what purpose does that serve? At the very minimum, it's defamation, if it is not true. But like he is trying to give evil to that word. And like, that he's met someone and he's said that. He says that type of shit, I bet you, with so much fucking hate behind it.
Oh, yeah. That's his mentality. That's his mindset. That's his character is the word I'm looking for. That's his character right there.
Dude, I need to watch that again. That was fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, God bless you. I mean, like.
Thanks, bro.
Oh, man.
I sure will. Don't touch me. Get out of my face. Stop touching me.
How
It's
about,
on
how,
5
about,
cameras.
how about if you just step back a little
How about
bit, man?
you? Stop getting in my face.
Dude, I can get anywhere.
If you kiss me, I'll make out with you so much harder than you make out with me. I will give you so much tongue if you do. Come here, baby. Come here, handsome.
Look at his red face.
Give me a kiss. Give me a little kiss. You loser.
I told you to leave me alone.
You guys ain't intimidated.
Hey, guess what?
We're not here to intimidate. We're
Oh, no,
you may not. We're here to educate.
Why did you arrest him? Hey, well, why did you arrest him? Hey, Dillard, why did you arrest him?
Why was I arrested?
Why was he arrested?
Was it the word?
Was it the word?
Was it the word?
It wasn't the word. Was it?
Was it the word?
It was.
Okay.
Oh, it was.
Ain't that a son?
It was the word.
Hey, make yourself at home. Have a seat.
Oh my God, you must be so embarrassed right now. How embarrassing this must be for you.
I think he's calling his boss.
Oh, that'd be cool. Please do. I'll wait for him.
Yeah, I only want to talk to Josh.
I told you, make sure this is what you wanted to do.
Yeah, I want at least.
Josh is a family friend, by the way.
I want at least a tit's worth out of it.
I told you I was not the one to let it go.
Difference between this right here, the subdivision between these two parts. Like the carpet to the.
And you heard him. He said, take a seat and make ourselves at home. That's what he said. So we aren't told to leave.
So I missed some stuff.
Because they work together. So they told me that's why they couldn't send an officer over here to help me or assist me in anything paperwork I had to file.
Thank you. All right, what's your name?
I'm not telling you.
Okay. Well, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. Disorderly. You get what you wanted.
How am I disorderly? Huh? How am I disorderly?
Hey, can you pause it real quick?
Y'all get premium YouTube.
Just a quick comment. So if you noticed, he walks out. He kind of says to the side of my face, "What's your name?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm not telling you." Well, they tack on obstruction because of that right there. Now, in Arkansas criminal procedure 3.2 specifically says that an officer must advise a person why they're detained before they're detained. So, like, if he's going to detain me, he has to come up and say, "Hey, you're under arrest," or "You're detained because of X, Y, Z." And then now, you know, I would have to tell him who I am. That doesn't happen. So him just walking up and asking me randomly and I'm saying no, that's not going to stick for obstruction, but they're going to try. So I just wanted to kind of add that in.
You know, listen, it's kind of like if you get charged with only resisting arrest, it's a secondary charge. Or if a cop illegally arrests you, you fight it, and then you get charged with resisting. You can't resist an arrest that never took place. If he's asking for you for your name, up until the handcuffs go on and you're under arrest or you're detained, it's a consensual encounter, right? Hey, what's your name? Yeah, go fuck yourself. That's my name. Well, once you've been lawfully detained and arrested under statute, then you have to identify yourself. He hasn't been at this point. And legally, I mean, it's too many of them against us, right? If the arrest is clearly legal and you fight the cop, you're not going to make it home to see your family at night. And then a court will later say after you've already gone that, oh, hold on. We got a guest calling in. Hello.
Guest.
Sorry, I was on the other line.
That's okay. You're live right now.
Oh, hey.
Can anyone tell me the name of this voice? Random Patriot, do you know who that might be?
Let me hear it again.
Go ahead. Say hello again.
Hello again.
Oh, I know who that is, but just to confirm, can you say the word nipple? Because I would definitely know if he said that.
Say nipple.
Nipple.
Oh, that's definitely 5-0 Media right there, is it?
That's James Freeman, folks. And James, I want to call you because in the Random Patriots video, the constable gets so close to him. The Random Patriot says, "If you kiss me, I will make out with you so much harder than you make out with me."
Did he really say that?
Do you want to hear it?
Yeah, I watched the video.
Oh, that is James, yeah.
I skipped through it because, you know, that's how I do. But I did see him get up in his face. I guess I skipped the best part. Let's hear it, man.
Let's hear it.
If you didn't step in, we'd have no issue here. I wouldn't even be here if it wasn't. You're the reason I'm here.
Somewhere else.
Okay. If they did what you did, I will be. I sure will. Don't touch me. Get out of my face.
Here.
Stop touching me. It's on 5 cameras.
How about if you just step back a little
How about you? Stop getting in my face.
Dude, I can get anywhere.
If you kiss me, I'll make out with you so much harder than you make out with me. I will give you so much tongue if you do. Come here, baby. Come here, handsome.
James, what do you got to say about that?
That's pretty hot.
Yeah. Hey, call me after this, James. I got to tell you something. Just kidding.
Actually, Josh.
Yeah.
Random Patriots video is the video I was working on the other day when you called me.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So James, I think we need to take a trip up to Arkansas. What do you say?
I can't. I've got a warrant for my arrest.
Whatever. We'll go anyways. But I just wanted you to know that the Random Patriot said, if you kiss me, I will make out with you so much harder than you make out with me, and I will use tongue. Come here, baby. Come here, handsome.
I can't wait to see that on a court transcript.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to send you his number when I finish this live here, James, and you can chat with the random patriot.
We have each other's numbers. I was kind of just making a joke because he said it was sexy, so I was just making a joke that he should call me after if he thinks it's sexy. But you already know, James. You call me anytime, brother.
That content, by the way, you making out with him so much harder, is that going to be on YouTube or
It's on YouTube.
Pornhub, or like, where do I find that? I'm asking for a friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll send you the link.
James, now what I want to do is I would like you, the next time a cop, I want solidarity is what I want in this movement here. Every activist that's out there, including James, everyone here in the chat, and I'm going to do it. Next time a cop gets too close for comfort, I'm going to say, if you kiss me, I will make out with you so much harder than you make out with me.
That's right.
Yeah. I will suck you right in the
Okay, James, I'm losing you here. I gotta let you go.
Later.
Bye. Oh, well, with that interruption, back to the video.
Hell yeah.
Text me.
Give me a kiss.
Okay. Well, put your hands behind your back. You're under arrest. For disorderly. You get what you wanted.
How am I disorderly? How am I disorderly? How am I disorderly?
You all get premium YouTube.
How am I disorderly?
Huh? Using foul language in public.
I'm allowed to, dude.
Yeah, okay. Well, I just talked to the prosecutor. And he feels different.
Well, he doesn't know, and you're about to get into yourself a lot of trouble, brother.
Well, gladly. There you go. There you go.
The prosecutor will be in the same boat as you. Hey, I want to be a little more chill on here. Yeah.
Dude, you're not gonna do that. All right? You're not gonna do that. You just shoved me in the doorway.
We're not gonna.
The ultra slow-mo. And I actually show this from another angle in a second as well. And it shows a little better him slamming me. I can't hear you, Josh, if you're talking.
I'm not talking.
Okay.
So he pushed you into the door there and now says that you pushed him, and then he does this. Look at him. Takes his head, put it right in the back of your neck so he can make sure that you get smashed up.
Yeah, he actually grabs the back of my head. It's hard to see. You can see it a little better in the next angle, but he grabs the back of my head and pushes and shoves my face into that window, which immediately busts my lip. So it looks from that angle like he just kind of pushes up against me, but he literally grabs and slams. Like he like a basketball. He kind of palms the back of my head and slams my face into the window.
And that next angle is coming up right now, isn't it?
Yep.
I figured if my memory serves me
And
correct.
the lady inside is videoing, and I will be getting that video to show, and that'll show my face hit the window because she's videoing from inside. I don't have it yet, but I've already motioned for discovery.
Now, guys, the federal statute on let's watch this again. If someone is in handcuffs, the allowed use of force is very, very limited with police. He's not resisting whatsoever. He's not being combative with the police officer. Now, this cop wants to control everyone else and their cameras because now he snapped and he realized that in this frame, there's at least 3 different cameras. So he doesn't want to have to deal with the random patriot. So he's going to smash him on the ground face first just so he can deal with somebody else. And he's going to expect the random patriot to sit and stay like a good boy. Here it comes. Watch this. No resistant. He's not tensing. He leg sweeps him face first onto the ground. Now he's going to get up from what he was doing. He's going to turn back and he's going to rush the other cameraman. I want to hear the audio on this.
Hey, I want to be a
You're screwed. Yeah. Dude, you're not gonna do that. You're not gonna do that. You just shoved me in the doorway. You're gonna come up. We're not gonna do that. Yeah. You're out. Dude, we're doing middle of arrest. You guys ain't getting up here in the middle while I'm trying to work. Get out the door now. I ain't outside the door. I'm outside the door. Now you guys get out. I've had enough. Hey, don't come on. Listen, I'm trying to work here.
You ain't working.
Dude, back off.
Justin, request medical.
Let's watch that from a different angle. After Colin Lillard slams my shoulder into a door frame and then says I'm resisting because my body hits a door frame, he slams my body into another window. But what I want you to pay attention to is he takes his right hand and he grabs the back of my head and slams my face and then shoves my face into the window, which is what busts my lip and bruises my tooth. I guess I got that kiss after all.
We're not going to do that.
Oh, yeah.
We're doing middle of arrest. You guys ain't getting up here in the middle while I'm trying to work. Get out the door now. We're doing middle of arrest. You guys ain't getting up here in the middle while I'm trying to work. Get out the door now.
I just busted my lip.
I'm outside the door. You stay there. Now you guys get out. I've had enough.
Hey, don't touch me.
Listen, I'm trying to work here.
You ain't working.
Now listen to what he says. I'm trying to work here. So he's just admitted that his job is to assault this man. Does this video enrage you? Let me tell you two things that will enrage this cop. Now, this is Captain Lillard of the Dover Marshal's office in Dover, Arkansas. Okay. Now, what's going to enrage him, number one, is that this is as viral as it's got. 1,500 people in chat, all thinking that he's the biggest piece of shit to ever fall out of an asshole. Okay, number one. Number two, what's really going to piss him off is if you guys help this man beat that bad cop in court. 1,500 people. Top of the chat. Let's do it together. Top of the chat. I'm going to look at something. This is what it looks like. I'm going to put myself on the big screen, and I'm begging you people. I don't beg. I don't ever need to. But right at the top of the chat right here, you can see something. It'll come in clear in a second. There's going to be a pinned comment. And that pinned comment is send random patriot donation. And there's his PayPal link, paypal.me/the random patriot. Okay. You guys need to help him out. He's fighting a criminal case on his own and he's following through. A lot of the people in the other communities, they say, oh, you guys never follow through. Not only is he fighting it criminally out of his own pocket, he's taking the fight to them civilly to sue them on both the state side for the negligent supervision of this police officer, the false training, and then on the federal aspect for the violation and the deprivation of his rights under the color of law in a 1983 USC. He needs your help. Help him out, right? This is why this community exists. If he went through what he went through and he didn't stop there and he's still fighting the fight, and people aren't willing to send him a couple bucks, 1,500 people. If each of you guys send $1, send $1 to him right now. That's 1,500 bucks. Okay. In a case like this, where you're talking about alleged violence against a police officer, you're looking at a retainer of somewhere around between $500 to $7,500. That's just to get the attorney to talk to you. If this case was to criminally go to trial, you're talking about a $30,000 to $40,000 case, even on misdemeanors, because they need to make an example of this man. Now, if an attorney civilly doesn't take this case pro bono, you're probably looking at a life on this case where they're going to want at least 20 grand down. Okay, that's if they don't take it pro bono. He is going down this path, and he's not going down it alone. I won't let him. Make sure you do your part. Make sure you do your part. This is his face. He's got a name. Okay. He's out there every day making educational videos to make sure that you stay free from arrest and that you are comfortable, protected, and smothered within your constitutional rights to live in a society that some of us call free. How much freedom are you seeing in this fucking video? How much freedom did you see when he's being dragged away with blood gushing from his lip? There's not a fucking lot of freedom there, but there will be. There will be if you guys help him out. So, I mean, I might sound like I'm yelling at you, and I might be a little bit, but, you know, help him out. Thank you so much, the grumpy old patriot. You know, you guys, we need this.
Do it for America.
This is what we need. This is how we do this. When I started this 7 years ago, when one activist went down, there weren't a lot of us, and count them on one hand. We all jumped in it together. We all raised money, and people wouldn't even question. They would just send the money. They would just help out as much as they can. We ain't that far away from where we started, folks. We can be if we don't help each other out.
Thanks, Josh. I appreciate that.
My pleasure, brother. Thank you.
Back off.
Back up. You've been a punk bitch.
Request medical. Request medical. Don't say a word. Not another word.
Yeah.
Back up.
Dover's fishing be on, brother. I told you not to mess with me. Hope y'all ready for that one. I want your phone too, ma'am. You did that on while you was on duty.
I got his phone. I guess I'll just give it to him. Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
Peaceful. No following, screaming, and cars.
Yes, ma'am.
Keep it peaceful.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
So I just reported an assault to the Polk County Sheriff, and he drove away. So the random patriot just got arrested.
Yeah. Here comes the money shot.
I see you busted lip, brother.
He choked me inside.
I believe you. I hope you got videos in the back.
He choked me inside.
I believe he did, brother. I got you.
He choked my neck. Inside, he choked me.
I see the red
In
marks.
the chair. He threw me down and choked me. I swear to God.
I see the red marks. You might want to start that car up this time, not walk away from it.
Arrested.
Now, guys, look, right above his Adam's apple. I'm going to play this in slow motion. You can see a clear red mark that looks like a handprint. Now, this man is handcuffed. If he was resisting arrest, they would have hogtied him. They would have put him in a restraint chair. This guy got what he wanted. He got the random patriot where there were no cameras. But you're going to see the marks on his neck. I'm going to play it in slow motion. Even the blindest of the blind cannot miss this.
I see.
Right there. You see it, guys? See the red marks all underneath his neck?
I believe you. I hope you got videos in the back.
He choked me inside.
I believe he did, brother. I got you.
He choked my neck. Inside, he choked me.
I see the red
In
marks.
The chair. He threw me down and choked me. I swear to God.
I see the red marks. You might want to start that car up this time, not walk away from it.
So I do have a couple comments on this.
Show me your lip.
So exactly what happened. First, I want everyone to remember I was arrested outside, right? And now you see me back outside on my way to jail. We went inside for what? We didn't do any paperwork inside. Nothing, no business, like nothing happened inside except for him choking me. The only thing that happened in that back room was him choking me, and then we come back out the door. So he did that just to take me somewhere where nobody was recording. Now, I also want to say, I'm not claiming that he like threw me down with two hands and was like literally trying to kill me. That's not what happened. But what did happen is, as soon as we get back there, he snags me with one hand around my throat, squeezes very hard to where I can't even talk, leads me around to a chair, and then slams me in that chair and continues to choke me. I would guess realistically for 8 to 12 Mississippis max. Okay. It was enough for me to be like, oh shit, this isn't just for a quick second, you know, like this is getting crazy to where I'm freaking out now. So now I'm like squirming. You almost see the shock in his face when he realizes what he's doing, and he stops. And then I start saying, what the fuck? Like, just get me to medical, just get me to medical. And then he tries to hold me down again and say, I'm going to do the medical on you. So now I'm really freaking out, just screaming. And that's when he gives up and we go back outside. And that's when you see me, and I'm literally in shock. You can see me kind of being in shock because I'm prepared to be arrested. I'm not prepared to be handcuffed and choked. Okay, so when that was happening, I'm now all my adrenaline. I'm freaked out, dude. I'm freaked out, and you can see it in my face when I'm coming outside. I'm just repeating, he choked me, he choked me, he choked me, because I know nobody saw it, and I just want to make sure everyone knows what the fuck just happened. And it pisses me off so bad. Like, I don't know. I was just now kind of letting the anger of that go away, but watching it again pisses me freak off, dude. Imagine doing that to anybody, handcuffing them, bringing them back to a dark room, and then choking them for 1 second or 1 minute, doesn't matter. That is fucking crazy. And that's the dude that is second in command at the Dover Marshal's office. It's Chief Titsworth and then Captain Lillard. That's who we got. Lillard.
You know, it's strange when you think about it, because even in our business, we know that cops are dirty and we know that they'll illegally arrest. But there's still that like blanket of security that you feel like, oh, you know what? I got illegally arrested. I'm going to smoke them in court. And that blanket of security won't allow you within that moment, within your own self-conscious and subconscious, to think that it could get any worse than that, right? And then when you get someone's hands around your neck, that blanket of security is starting to fade away. You know, it's starting to unravel, and you're fighting for your breath and you can't breathe. And we've all heard that before. I can't breathe. You start to realize something, and something like that happened to me. I was in I got arrested for doing my own Pledge of Allegiance, but it was fuck the cops. And I said it to about 150 special ops Boston cops, and they stuck me in the back of one of their arrest vans, right? And I'm back there. The temperature was 98 degrees in Boston that day. The car is not running. I am in there for over 2.5 hours. And the cop told me, he's like, hopefully you can make it through this. You want to fuck around with us, and this is what's going to happen. I go in there. I got to the point where I said to myself, and I had that security, like I got the illegal arrest. My emotions are high. You know, I got that adrenaline going through my veins. 2.5 hours. It must have been like 130 degrees in that thing. I'm handcuffed, so my breathing's restricted. And I thought in there that I was going to die there. I'm asthmatic anyways. I take 3 inhalers every day when I get up and go to bed, when I go to sleep at night. And I thought that I was going to die. And there's nothing more terrifying in that moment than when you're thinking that, like, this is it, and you start to think about like all the things that you didn't say to people, all the memories that you didn't get to make yet. It starts going through your head like, this is it. And this man is the person responsible for doing that to this man. You have one person in a position of authority whom, on its face, we trust will protect him and take care of him and unbiasedly do his job. And even though he hasn't so far, we expect that it can't get that bad. And this man had to think to himself that was it for him. That's where it ended. That's where the room goes dark. And what else happens? And he made it through it. But there's more people that haven't made it out of that situation in recent years that have. This man is a walking miracle, and I'm not saying that lightly. The guy choked him out while he was cuffed. That's why bigger people need to be double cuffed, because it came from a lawsuit. Because you start restricting someone's chest, their lungs can't inflate, and then they start their blood doesn't oxygenate, and they start to drown within themselves. This man almost didn't make it out alive, and I can tell you the guy that did it to him is working.
Yep.
He's working.
He's not even on leave. He's not even on leave. He is still just working like normal. And when I got to the jail, I will say, if you can't see the marks on my neck in the video, when I get to the jail, I am telling the jailer, like, as Lillard is handing me over to the jail, I'm explaining, like, bro, this guy just choked me, handcuffed, yada, yada. And immediately the jailer looks at my neck and says, "Yep, I see the marks." Immediately. It wasn't even like, "Yeah, I can kind of see him," or something like that. Right in front of Lillard, the jailer admits, "I can see the marks." So as soon as he gets me in his custody, we go back to a back room and they take pictures of my neck. And I have those pictures that were taken by the jailer. And you can see I don't know if it's his hand, or you can see the marks on each side where he was squeezing. And then I got bruises up and down my arms. My knee kind of swelled up from whenever he tripped me. And then, of course, my lip. And I was worried my tooth was cracked or something. I went to the x-ray. I went and got an x-ray, and it's not cracked, but there was like an inner bruise or something. I never really heard of that, but it hurt for about 5-6 days before it just stopped hurting. So it was a whole thing. But what I was getting at was I have pictures taken from the jailer of the marks on my neck. So if you couldn't see them,
where we're at. That's where we're at, right? Like someone did this to you. They almost killed you, and you're the person that went to jail.
Right. And I'm the person that went to jail. Yeah. And then while I'm in jail, so he originally charges me with disorderly. We all saw that. I'm in there 3 or 4 hours, and they were refusing to let anyone bail me out because they want to add more charges. This is what they're telling the people at the jail. And the people at the jail, they see I was just wronged, so they're probably being a little nicer to me than they typically are to people, and they're kind of telling me what they're hearing. And I'm being told that I'm stuck there until they decide what they want to charge me with, even though my bail is already up for disorderly conduct for $430, but they won't accept it because they haven't decided what else. So I'm there like 4 hours, and they decide we're also going to tack on the obstruction. Now, I mentioned that earlier in this live that he asked what my name was. So that's where they get the obstruction. So now I'm there for 4 hours. It's like 6 or 7 p.m. The marshal, they have to pay my bail at the marshal's office, even though I'm in the Johnson County Jail. The marshal's office is supposed to be open 24/7, specifically to take bail and stuff like that too. Well, they shut the lights off, locked the doors, and refused to answer the phone, so I couldn't get bailed out. So my buddies are just waiting for hours trying to pay, and they're refusing to take the money, to the point where they're calling the jail and saying, "What the hell is going on?" The jail is even saying, "No, they're supposed to be 24/7, and they should be answering their phones." So then even the jail is calling, and they aren't answering the calls from the jail. So now the jail is even like, "I don't know what's going on, but this is sketchy." This is what they're saying to me. So I'm like, "Whoa, what the fuck?" So a couple more hours go by, and they keep trying to call the chief and everything else. And I guess they finally get a hold of the chief, the jailer does. And then they send Captain Lillard over to the Dover's office to take my money, finally, like 9 hours later. And then he lies and says he's been waiting there for hours. But that's not true. That's not true. They were trying to pay my bail that whole time, and they wanted to try to hold me up so I had to stay the night. So I was there 9 hours. That's not the end of the world. But it should have been like 1 or 2 hours. They just prolonged it any way they could.
Well, you know what existed before this live stream? Before this live stream existed, their Google link. You know, it shows their address, their reviews, etc. Since this live stream has started, posting your reviews to this agency has currently been turned off. So, and has the part happened where he says, "I told you not to mess with me"?
I never hear him. I know Cody says that to him, but I didn't hear him say that to me. But I wouldn't doubt it. I'm
pretty sure he did. I'll go back when we kill the live, and I'll go back through. Okay. Let's watch the end of this thing and see how this ends up.
Show me your lip. He lost qualified immunity. You know that.
He already lost it. He just don't know it yet.
Lost your badge, buddy.
All right. Yeah, y'all keep doing that. I'm holding my breath.
I wouldn't hold it too long. I told you I wasn't going to let it go. Now you double.
Piece of
Yeah, did you hear him say anyone can bite their lip? It's on
Yeah,
video.
listen.
It's on like 5 cameras. You busting my lip, dude. What are you talking about? So
It's a normal
that's the
reaction to bite your lip when your face is smashed into a double plate glass window or door.
right.
So, and then that's the drive. He takes the drive, he leaves, and we are where we are now. This can't be left to stand. If it's left to stand, this will continue to happen. This cop needs to be out of a job. Currently, the Dover Marshal's Office has a 1.2 rating, and only 24% of people on Facebook recommend them. Let me show you. They're really into, like, showing how great they are. They have this big whole thing where they talk about, how great he is. And here it is. They're so excited to announce him. They're so excited to show who this guy is. Let me go over here for a second. I want to show you their Facebook page. Here we go. Here's their Facebook page. The Dover Marshal's Office, 4.2 thousand followers. They're a government organization. And they're posting things about dog. Oh, look at this little dog. I wonder if people are commenting on how cute the dog is. Oh, let me go see, because I'm a huge troll. Oh, there's 243 comments. Let me go take a look at them. I'm going to set them to newest. I wonder what people are saying. James says, dumb hayseed cop. Well, this is from 1 minute ago. Dumb hayseed cop thinks he runs the whole town and everyone in it. Well, you might, but hundreds of thousands of people from all over the country are all saying not for long. Disgusting, terrorist, thugs, criminals, disgusting, criminals, trash, garbage. I can't wait to see the firing of Captain Lillard, POS. Lillard is a tyrant tard. You are all the same. This is all in the past 10 minutes. Hey, Lillard, tell Mary she was worth every penny. I'm uncomfortable. I'm scared. Cap'em, liar. Rescue me from a camera. Lillard assaulted citizens allegedly on video. I pray people come forward with their encounters with this officer if you were a victim of him. The citizens are going to spend a lot of tax dollars to pay off his alleged victims. They have video evidence, so it's an easy case. Everyone needs to contact the chief and mayor and ask for Lillard to be fired and lose his pension. Now, I could go over every single comment that has happened since this video started, but it would be longer than the video itself. So, the people's, and this is how we try it. They get the court of law, we get the public opinion. Prosecutors up this way, they're not hired, they're elected. They can't be elected if people don't vote for them. And if people think they're violent, they're violent, oath-breaking pieces of shit, they're not going to get voted. So there's a right way and a wrong way to do things. The right way would be to null pros this case. Null prosequi. Random Patriot gets a notification from the state, the representative of the township, saying that in the best interest of justice, this case does not meet the bar of probable cause, and they're dismissing the case. That means the prosecutor on his own says that police didn't have probable cause to arrest in the first place, and this case needs to be dropped. The next thing that they can do is a judge, you have a show cause hearing and a judge says the same thing. And I'm going to tell you, come here, Payne. This is Payne. He's America's Akita. Okay? Yeah, I know. You can go back to playing.
Cutie.
He does all my videos with me. That's the right way to do it. The wrong way to do it is to let this be fought out in court. But let me tell you something, Dover. Here's how this is going to play out. You are going to settle with this man, okay? Because a prosecutor is going to tell you it's going to take about 2 years to get this all the way to a jury trial. And even if the jury says to this guy, he's a piece of shit, he's an antagonist, he's an asshole, he was looking for a conflict, but his rights were violated, we'll award him $1 and we'll really stick it to him. As long as he's awarded $1, the state now has to pay all of the Random Patriots attorney's fees. After 2 years, because what they like to do, the prosecutor is going to ask for discovery, and they're going to want copies of all of Random Patriots videos. They're going to try and clog up the system so that way it costs him so much money to keep his attorney, he won't be able to keep fighting it. He would at least win $1. So at that point, it becomes bargaining, right? How much are they going to give him for this? Now, a Boston police officer didn't arrest me. He put his hand on me for a 1/10 of a second. He got sued for 400 grand. They're going to give up half that. They violently arrested him and choked him out. This is what we're fucking dealing with. So do the right thing. Drop the case. In my opinion, that's the right thing that you should do. And
Jacob Phillips. Just know the current prosecuting attorney, her name is Deirdre Luker. She's the current prosecuting attorney. She was just elected to be judge. Okay. So they're trying to make her judge and the new prosecuting attorney be my prosecuting attorney. His name is Jacob Phillips. If either of these people want to pursue this, you're attaching yourself to that. You're attaching yourself to not only Captain Lillard, but to anti-free speech, and you're going to be known forever in this small town, in this small state of Arkansas, as the people that attach themselves to anti-free speech. You are an anti-free speech prosecutor or judge or whoever. So my message to you, if you want to keep your job and keep being elected and not be looked at like a tyrant from everybody around the whole country now, your best bet is just to drop all the charges on this. You know, and I'm not trying to say this as a person that's going to come sue or anything. I'm saying this as a person to a person. Are you going to try to pursue charges on another free American for using free speech? Because that's what you'd be doing, and you will be attaching yourself and your career to that forever. And I won't let it go. So that's my message.
Yeah, the best outcome to this is that there's a news story on lamestream where they say local constable arrested for assault and battery. It's not a hard thing to do. It happens all the time. The next thing they need to do is charge this cop. He was criminally negligent. And I did a little bit of research into this. There was recently an officer who was fired. And he was arresting someone. They were in handcuffs. He put his hand around the guy's neck for about a second. The other officer just gently pulled the cop's hand away. And that cop was not only fired, he was arrested by his own sheriff's department. So I've been doing a lot of research into what this looks like. Let me see if I can
there you go.
Find it real quick. Here we go. I want to show you guys this video because this got this guy a lot of money and it got this cop fired. So I'm going to show you, just because juries like to look at things they can quantify. We haven't seen this before. Is there an example that this has happened before? So we have an idea of which direction this should go. So let me put it. Here we go. All right, I'm going to throw this up real quick for you guys to see. This is in Douglas County. It only happened, this was posted 19 hours ago. I'm going to post this to just give you an idea and to give the Random Patriot an idea of how things are supposed to happen. And law professors and current police officers weigh in on what the punishment should be for something like this. So I'm going to put this up. This is what should be happening to this cop.
This is body camera footage recorded this past September. Douglas County deputies are taking a man to jail for threatening his mother with a belt in Littleton. The man is already handcuffed. In a few seconds, you'll see Deputy Christopher Carden escort the man out the door and then put his hand on the suspect's throat for about 3 seconds as another deputy intervenes and removes his hand.
I'm telling you right now, stop your Do you understand me?
Another angle, this time from Carden's body camera, capturing the suspect making a choking sound.
I'm telling you right now, stop your Do you understand me?
This incident prompted the Douglas County Sheriff's Office to arrest Deputy Carden and charge him with misdemeanor assault and harassment for the strangulation and for a bent wrist hold. It turns out the deputy who intervened also reported the strangulation, which is required under Colorado's relatively new police accountability law. According to the state's police discipline database, Deputy Carden quit amid an investigation before he was to be terminated.
The fact that a fellow deputy determined that he needed to intercede is a huge factor.
For perspective, we shared the video with Ed Obayashi, who is not only a law enforcement officer in California, but he's also a licensed attorney who advises other police agencies on use of force.
The problem also, from my point of view, is the optics is that you really don't have a clear justification for applying this kind of hold on an individual who's already handcuffed and is not resisting.
A police report says the suspect told a detective from jail he wasn't in pain and that Cardin was just doing his job and that my neck is fine.
The charging decision by the prosecutor's office was surely based on the fact that there didn't seem to be any reason at all to grab the suspect by the throat.
9 News legal expert.
Now let's talk about precedents and case law.
Boom.
A court has already found that there's no precedence for that. Now, we didn't see the choke. However, we did see him slammed on the ground and smashed into a door. He was not resisting, so there was no justification to do it. So this other guy unknowingly created precedence for the Random Patriot. Now the Random Patriot's attorney can use this video in court moving forward to show, hey, judge, listen, this isn't the first time we've seen it. This is what another municipality has done, making it easier for them to seek charges. That's only if you guys help out. The pay link is still pinned to the top of the chat. And please make sure you go check out the Random Patriot. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do. If you have subscribed or you're going to, make sure you set the notification bell to always, so that way you know every update as soon as it comes. But more importantly, if he needs to go live for an emergency, every single one of you are going to get that notification. Hey, Bubba. Every single one of you are going to get that notification, and you're going to be there to support him. Thank you to everyone who has donated. Now, I set a goal in the beginning of the chat where I said if we got $500 in super chats, I was going to be flying out there. There's a secret. There's something I didn't quite tell you. I spoke to Random Patriot on the phone before this started, and I told him that even if we didn't reach the goal, I was still going to go there. YouTube takes 50% of super chats, so 50% of 500 would be 250. And when we get paid for these super chats, which wouldn't be next month, it'd be the following month, then I'm just going to give it to him. So let's see how much you guys, because I wanted you to one way donate it to him or another. So $4.99 from Darren Lance. We got $4.99 from Wild Journey Nation Free Press.
Yeah.
$4.99 from Ryan 13.
Thank you.
10 from Sassy Kisses. Fuck Colin Lillard. $1.99 from Banana Anna. Check your messenger. That's where she told me about the challenge. Darren Lance again, $4.99. Get there. I want to see AFA go here. Beth Meadows, $10. Duck Redbeard. Hoist a pint to Justin, $10. Patrick Henry, fuck Colin Lillard is Lillard. Tim, $1.99. Jeff, $2. Leanne, $2. Mr. Rusty, I wish I could afford more. Thanks for doing what I'm too chicken to do. Y'all's bravery is awesome. You did everything that you needed to, my man.
Thanks, Rusty.
Listen, landed the free because of the brave. And that's exactly what the Random Patriot is today. Uneasy Rider, welcome Midwest. Sassy Kisses, $5. Fluffy, $5. Alabama's Way, $1.99. And lastly, 33 months as a member. So we got 2, 10, that's 12, 13, 23, 25, 27, 30, 35, 45, 55, 60, 67, 77, 83, 88, 89. It's about $90. YouTube takes 50%. Call it 50 right there that you guys didn't even know you made for the Random Patriot. We got some more coming in.
I also got some people sending stuff to my PayPal. I haven't been able to really see who or what, but I appreciate all of that, like so much. Another one, Pig Patrol.
Look at that. Boss of the Hog.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, listen, faith in humanity restored. You guys watching on the other end of this screen, you're still about it. You're still doing what you're doing. And I can't wait to end this stream and find out what that number is. so I can update you where we're at. I'd like there to be a $5,000 goal. I think that's attainable to get the Random Patriot, $5,000. And I can't wait to see where we're at so I can update you guys and let you know how close we are. And again, thank you to you folks, but thank you mostly to the Random Patriot, man. I got into this a long time ago, and I've been doing it for years. And I can honestly say I've seen everything. And then I saw your video, and I got to thank you, man. I've only had that fire in my belly seeing that type of interaction once before. Oh, thanks, Beth, for PayPal. And I had a police officer roll up on me in my first video. And I decided that I was going to go to jail that night, probably, but I was going to say everything in my power to let that cop know exactly what I thought. I think both the cop and myself were surprised I did not go to jail that night. But I felt that fire, right? You feel it within you where you get this urge to do something, anything, whatever it takes, right here, right now, you're ready to go. I watched this video, and the moment for me with the Random Patriot was when he was being dragged out of the city hall to the police car, and his lip was bloody. And he said, he choked me. I could see the fight in him, and I could see that there was no quit in this dog. And as far as activism goes, you gave me that fire back. It's stuff like that makes me want to get out of this chair and go out there filming 5 days a week instead of 2 days a week. So for what you did for this community, for this country, and for all the people that are watching here today, thank you for your service, because that's exactly what it was. It was a service.
Thank you, Josh. Dude, you said you've been doing this for years, and I've been watching you for years. I watched you for years before I even decided to do this on my own. You and a few others, definitely James Freeman's one of them. I can't mention names without saying Long Island Audit and shit like that, but you're definitely one of the main ones I watched. And enough of watching it, it builds a fire inside you. And I've had plenty of experiences in my past that weren't filmed, because before I ever had any of this. And I just, and that's what makes you want to watch these YouTube videos, to be like, oh, well, you learn so much from watching this stuff, just from watching other people put themselves in that position. And so the more I learn, the madder I get from just what's happened to me, other people I know, till finally you're like, screw it, dude, I'm going to go do this. And you're like one of the main reasons I started to do this. And I was in the gym. I was all hyped up on pre-workout. I was watching one of your videos, and I'm like, fuck it. The post office across the street's asking for one. So I go across, I'm nice and polite. And that was my first video. And I was put in cuffs and almost arrested my very first time out, being extremely polite, like overly polite, because I'm a little bit scared to get arrested. And so that's what started it all for me, man. And if it wasn't for, and I hope if I can inspire one person to get started, and then they can inspire one person, that's what we need. And so I really appreciate everything that everyone before me has done, because that paved the way for me, and hopefully will pave the way for others. And so I really appreciate everything that, like you, I think you mentioned you are one of the first people to be doing this. And you're one of the first people I started watching. So it's kind of crazy being on your live, because I've watched all your lives and shit too. So it's, hey, look, Mom.
Hey, listen, man, this is what it's about, right? Cops, they don't have the ability to connect with each other nationwide, right? We have the ability through social media to light a fire. Martin Luther King was really hyper intelligent, especially when it came to public addresses. He utilized the media to get access to people near and wide. And that's how we're able to do this. We're able to connect with people that we normally wouldn't be able to connect to. And we're able to support people that we normally would not be able to support, because on YouTube and these different social media apps, we can touch someone that, lives on the other side of the globe. The people that watch me watch Random Patriot, United States, Canada, Australia, Jamaica. I got people watching in Iraq, Afghanistan, India, all over the world. We're able to touch this many people because the fire is still in you people at home. If it wasn't, we would post this video, y'all would watch, and that would be it. The faith is still alive. The faith is still out there. All the heavens, all the hells are within you, right? You are your own breeding ground for what happens next in this world. 300 years ago, people knew that the fight wasn't in their favor, but they knew it was a fight worth taking because, you know, it's better to die on your feet than to live on your knees. The Random Patriot with this video has shown that he's willing to die on his feet. He's willing to take this fight to the tyrants that need to be held accountable. The government and the Constitution was originally designed so that the power was always held within the people. They knew from past experiences that if you give a group of people too much power, then they'll take advantage of that power. And they wanted to make sure the people had the ability, we the people had the ability to take that power back. And that's what the Random Patriot did. And you might not think that because he's bleeding, he's getting choked out, he's getting thrown on the ground. But what he did with every shot that he took from that coward fucking cop, he took his power. He took his power of hatred. He took his power of violence that he was going to use in all these other members of the community, and he took it on himself. Because once the cameras revealed the video, he wasn't going to be able to get away with that on that many more people for that much longer. He took all that pain, he took all that hatred, he took all that violence, and he ingested it into himself. That is what an activist is. That is the origin story of an activist. His origin story, this man's origin story for me, is the fact that he's on a computer screen right now after what happened to him, still talking. Because the only thing to fear is fear itself. And he fears no man above anything else, his country, his freedom, and every single one of you watching at home, you are the reason that he eats, sleeps, breathes, and bleeds this shit. The same as the rest of us. So, Random Patriot, our hats off to you, my friend. And, you know, for the people of Dover that are watching, any last words for them?
People of Dover, I haven't thought about that. A lot of you are on my side. I've actually been reached out from neighboring police chiefs and sheriffs that are on my side. A lot of people are calling for this captain to be fired. Here's my message. That guy that you just saw do that to me, and a guy before me, and a guy before him, and who knows how many guys before him, he is still currently employed at your marshal's office in town. He is the second in charge as we speak. He is still out there stopping people and arresting people. He has no idea what the law is. He has to incorrectly Google the law. He thinks a case law is old news and doesn't matter as long as he looks up 2024 law on Google. He's the guy in charge. He did that to me in front of cameras. What is he going to do to your daughter with no cameras around, or your son, or your grandma, or you? What is he doing with no cameras? He did that to me in front of like 5 cameras, knowing we have YouTube channels and we're going to blast this all over the internet. He did that to me knowing that hundreds of thousands or millions of people will see it. So what is he doing to your family in the city of Dover in Arkansas? What's he doing to your family when he thinks nobody's watching? That's my message.
I couldn't have said it better myself, man. If he's willing to do that for the world to watch, what's he willing to do when he begs you to just turn the camera off? I'm going to leave you with this. We, the people of the United States of America, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings for ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Those words weren't carelessly drafted, okay? So many people, whether in or out of uniform, in the military or as a citizen, have fought for your rights to exist. So those rights will continue to exist. So you can leave this world to your kids better than you found it. This life is constantly going to be yin versus yang. It's going to be a battle of good versus evil. And a wiser man than me once said, the tree of liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants. The Random Patriot has watered that tree, and it's time to hold this government, the government of Dover and the Dover Marshal's Office, accountable. Subscribe to the Random Patriot. If you're watching this video after the live has ended, please check the description of this video to see his PayPal and his other pay links that he has. And remember that you're living in a society where you have the ability to stand up and say, fuck you, I ain't taking it standing up, so you might as well not ask me to sit down. We can do this if we do it together and we do it for each other. Until next time, take care of yourselves, take care of your families. Pick up this every time. It is a career killer. And that's the reason I stopped you today.